It is a rivalry that began in last year's Nassau County AA Championship and further developed into one of the best on Long Island in 2016-2017. And now a trip to the Nassau County Championship game is on the line. It's the Baldwin Bruins against the number 2 seed Westbury Green Dragons in the Nassau Boys AA semifinals. And it's next on News 12 Varsity. Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to SUNY Old Westbury for the Nassau County Boys AA semifinals. Matt Shortis with you as we get ready for tonight's contest between Baldwin and Westbury. Westbury for the Green Dragons. This very much feels like a task unfinished, losing in the Nassau County Championship game to Baldwin a year ago. This will be the third time these two teams meet this season. They split during the regular season. In fact, Westbury handed Baldwin their first in-conference loss in 5 seasons. The Green Dragons can be a high-scoring, dynamic offense led by the two-headed monster of Jonathan Dean and Darius Young. And Young was their leading scorer a year ago. He's picked up right where he's left off and continued. He was the Conference Player of the Year last year, 16.9 points per game this season. And he paced the way in the January 17th win over Baldwin with 18 points. And Elisha Bavell has had to step his game up of late for Baldwin. He had one of his best games of the season. Last time these two teams met back on February the 10th, he had 30 points for the second-year player and captain. All-conference last year, and he stepped up to all-county this season. It's big key for Baldwin. So it's the Bruins trying to make it back to the Nassau County Championship game for the 10th time in 11 years. And Westbury trying to head there for the second consecutive season. It's Westbury and Baldwin next on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Back at SUNY Old Westbury for the start of the second Nassau Boys AA semifinals. Uniondale already punched their ticket. Baldwin and Westbury trying to do the same right now. The Bruins come in at 16-4, the number 3 seed overall. Coached by Darius Burton out of Baldwin High School in his 17th year as head coach, 6-time county champs. And the starting lineup will be Ruffa Jr., Wilson Silent, Bovell, and Rieger. Westbury 17-3. Dave Graff, the head coach in his 12th year. They won a Long Island Championship in 2010 in the A, trying to win their first AA. The starting lineup for Westbury, it'll be Dunlap, Otley, Bethea, Ketchin, and Young. It's Baldwin in the gold and Westbury in the white, and we have a travel off the tip, and it'll be Westbury ball. Our officiating crew today, it's Kevin Foreman, Kenny Apple, and Marty Schifferler. So Westbury to start it off. They're in the white uniforms, moving left to right. White letters and numbers outlined in green as well. Khalid Ketchin down low. Got some tremendous perimeter shooting. Young out to the right side for Dean. Jonathan Dean drives into the lane. He's fouled. We'll see if they get on the foul. 18 seconds into the game, our first foul. Naseem Silent picks up the personal foul. So Jonathan Dean coming off a game in the quarterfinals against Farmingdale, in which he had 19 points above his season average. Dean, who was not in the starting lineup at the start of the season, came on late. Tremendous player, but misses both free throws. Norman Wilson running the point, looking back towards Darius Burton with the towel draped over his neck. Wilson transferring in from Long Beach last year, and then a foul down low. Well, they say a 3-second violation. So Baldwin turns it over 40 seconds in. Brandon Otley, captain, a left-handed point guard. Averages about 7 assists per contest. Otley gives it up, got a little caught in between. It was tipped by Rieger before it went out of bounds. We've got the Ian Rieger cheering section directly behind us for Baldwin. Right side, that'll be a 3 for Young. Tad too strong, rebounded by Wilson. Well, the point guard skying in for the rebound to the right side. Elijah Bovell, Rieger up top. Swings it out along the left side. Into the corner it comes. Up top for Silent. Rocking little Frohawk. Silent, tough shot. Boarded by Ruffin Jr. Loose ball picked up by Young. Young heaves it ahead for Dean. Dean trying to wait for numbers. Now attacks the basket, puts it up and in. John Dean gets the game's first points. Lavelle just got his first touch a moment ago. Silent swinging around the perimeter. Ruffin Jr. for 3. Too strong. Offensive board. Back out. Here's Wilson for a long jumper. No good. Rieger, another offensive rebound for Baldwin. And the possession continues. Norman Wilson, career high 19 points against Massapequa. But Baldwin turns it over. Slow start to this one. Dean for 3, no good. Silent skying for the board, and then a foul on Westbury. Will go against Khalid Ketchin. Rieger's got it to the far side corner, coming back for Wilson. Try and free up Bovell for 3. That one off the side of the backboard, but a heads-up play by Bovell to knock it out of bounds off of Jonathan Dean. And that's what you want out of one of your senior leaders. Good pass fake by Silent. Get it back to Wilson. Silent's got it at the left side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Silent looked at it. Well, 2-3 zone defense by Westbury to start. Wilson drains the 3 to put Baldwin on the board. 3-2 Baldwin lead. Both teams off to a slow start, nearly 3 minutes in. Right side, Young to answer. Nothing but net. 5-2 Westbury leading. Well, 5-3 Westbury leading. Wilson over to the right side. Rieger holding up top. Silent gives. Left side it comes for Ruffin Jr. Back for Rieger. A little too strong. Tapped out by Ruffin Jr. Good job on the deflection. Baldwin re-attacking Wilson to the basket. Blocking foul on Westbury. And already that's Khalid Ketchin's second personal foul. Not even midway through this first quarter. Norman Wilson, the senior point guard, and coming off a career-high 19 points in the win over Massapequa in the quarterfinals. Darius Burton was a point guard himself. When Norman Wilson came over from Long Beach last year, knew he had potential. And Burton says, I'm very hard on my point guards. I expect a lot out of them. And Wilson has steadily grown over the course of his time. A lane violation will negate the free throw. Nearly intercepted by Bovell. Westbury with some speed, though. Pull up, blocked by Ruffin Jr. Dean's got the board, gets underneath, and then the weak side rebound and put in by BNAC. 7-4 Green Dragon lead. Up top for Rieger. Silent. Wilson for three, in and out. Tipped up by Ruffin Jr., pulled down by Otley of Westbury. Senior Brandon Otley throwing ahead, looking for Dean. Out of bounds. And then the official to the far side behind the play, Kenny Apple, says it was deflected by Baldwin. So Westbury will keep the possession. 4 minutes show on the first quarter clock. 7-4 Westbury leads in the Nassau County Boys AA semifinals. Uniondale has already advanced via a big win over Syosset. One of these teams will be playing on Saturday as well. Nice head fake and the feet down low. It's Dean with the easy twos. Five-point advantage for Westbury early on. Wilson. Ruffin Jr. inside to a cutting Bovell. All the way through to Rieger. Wilson back with it up top. Hop step into the lane. Pull up no good. Rieger trying to sky for it. It's Dean who comes down with the board. 6-foot Jonathan Dean, a tremendous rebounding guard. Little uncontrolled by Otley, but he draws the contact, and Elijah Bovell is given the foul. Good crowd on both sides. Left side, that's a three. Way off the mark here from the Baldwin side. Wilson, 18-foot jumper from the left baseline, no good. Batted around underneath, kept alive for the moment. Onto the floor it goes, picked up by Westbury, then knocked out of bounds by Ruffin Jr. trying to pursue from behind. Ruffin Jr., a second-year starter, or second-year player, started a bit down the stretch. Darius Burton calls him the junkyard dog because of the energy that he brings. Swinging inside for Dean again. Dean getting a lot of contact, no call, and he stays strong down low. 6 points for Jonathan Dean, and that's a little bit less than the difference at 11-4. Blocking foul on Westbury. Khalid Ketchin picking up foul number 3. I take that back, that was BNAC. The one thing Westbury does not have is a ton of depth. They'll only play 7 guys. Ruffin Jr. feeds up top to Rajon Blackwell into the game for the first time. So it looks like they try and get Wilson off ball with Blackwell running the show. Blackwell 3, no good, off the back of the iron. It's Young in a crowd to pull it down for Westbury. 2:05 to go in the first quarter, 11-4. Westbury on top. Dean driving baseline, kick back out for Dunlap. Wide open 3 is good. It's a 9-0 run for Westbury, and Baldwin wants a timeout. These two teams split during the regular season. Westbury winning the first meeting on January the 17th, 63-57. 3 players in double figures that day. Jonathan Dean, the double-double at 20 points and 10 rebounds, as did Isaiah BNAC, 14 points and 11 rebounds. Darius Young had 18 that day. And then Baldwin responded in the last game of the regular season, 76-72. Elijah Bovell had a career-high 30 points and 8 rebounds. Nassim Silent added 12 points and 8 boards. That Westbury win over Baldwin was the first time in 40 home games that Baldwin suffered a conference loss. Rajon Blackwell, the only sophomore on the varsity. A pull-up from Wilson, in and out. And they got to get him and Bovell going if they're going to be in this one. 10-point lead. Young will try another 3, short on the front iron. Bovell looking to push. Has to slow it down for a moment. Nobody was with him. Norman Wilson gives to John Smith, and Smith is grabbed down low. And again, Isaiah Bianasi, foul number 2. And that is going to get Tyreek Frazier up from the Westbury bench, with 2 of their post guys with 2 personals each, Bianasi and Ketchin. Left side for Wilson, right into the paint, block shot, right off the bench and getting into the game. How about that? Ruffin Jr. coming up with a steal, can't hold on to it though. A scrum for the ball. Young is on the sideline, and they're going to give it a jump ball. The arrow to Westbury. Young was sitting on the sideline, touching the basketball, and they didn't say out of bounds on Westbury. And Kenny Apple was right on top of the play. And that's exactly what Darius Burton is trying to talk about right now. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Westbury a 10-point advantage. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Westbury, but then stripped by Bovell. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Bovell to the left side for Wilson. Wilson gives a look at the clock behind him. And then a nod over to the bench. Blackwell between the rings. High post, it comes back outside to Blackwell. Swinging around, Ruffin Jr. Good ball movement by Baldwin. Underneath, John Smith puts it in. That ends a 9-0 Westbury run. Half court, shot, no good. And Darius Burton wanting a foul, but none coming. Some boo birds from the Baldwin side, but it's Westbury on top after one, 14-6. You're watching the Nassau County Boys AA semifinals on News 12 Varsity.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Second Nassau AA semifinal coming here from Old Westbury. Matt Chortis, Dostrebski, Pat McCormick with you. Westbury coming out with some pressure defensively to begin the second quarter. Swing it to Smith inside. Smith a little out of control, throws it away to Otley. Otley pushing quickly. Otley stripped from behind by Silent. Last touch Westbury. Well, both teams have been looking to push the tempo and the pace in the early portion of this game. Norman Wilson had 4 points in the early going for Baldwin. Up top to Bovell. Bovell hammered from behind by Tyreek Frazier. So Tyreek Frazier, the 6'4" sophomore, picking up the first personal foul, and Smith to the line. John Smith, 3 points today. Couple double-doubles earlier this season, including one against Bayshore. And Smith with 4 early points. Baldwin trying to find their way back into this game. It's 14-8. Dean right down the middle of the lane. Jonathan Dean, 8 points in the first half. Minute gone by in the second quarter. Silent will try a three, doesn't hit anything. And Dean is there on the opposite side. Dean to a weaving Dunlap. Otley trying to weave and communicate. Right side corner three is way too strong. Ruffin Jr. tracks it down. Wilson bringing over the timeline. Wilson to the right side looking for Bovell. Knocked away and taken away by Westbury. Here come the Great Dragons. Dunlap to the cup. 10-point lead, matching the largest of the evening for Westbury. They have been suffocating at times defensively. And a runner in the lane for Bovell. Elijah Bovell finally on the board. And that's going to be the second foul against Tyreek Frazier. So all three of Westbury's bigs are in foul trouble. Frazier, Ketchin, and Bianese with 2 fouls apiece. Bovell unable to hit the free throw, but Ruffin Jr. gets the bounce. Wilson fouled from behind by Otley. A little overzealous as he saw an opening. And that's the 7th team foul against Westbury, so Baldwin is in the 1-on-1. Norman Wilson to the free throw line. Missed the free throw. Ruffin Jr. another rebound. He's been a beast on the offensive glass. Here's a three straight away. High arcer offensive foul. Baldwin, or a loose ball foul, I should say. It seems Silent called for his second personal foul. And Matt Trapetta will come in. Silent to the bench with 2 fouls. Trapetta, a 5'8" senior guard. He's got a tough task right now going up against Darius Young. Lobbed inside, almost taken away. Dean on the leader. Dean's got 10 in the first half. Matt Trapetta running the point. Right elbow turnaround jumper knocked in by Smith. And a blocking foul on Trapetta. And Trapetta gets up with a smirk. Over 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Young will try a three. Young too strong on the three. John Smith taking a strong start to this contest. Trapetta to the left side. Ruffin Jr. wide open three, cans it. First points of the day for Ruffin Jr. and it's a 5-point deficit now. We'll have a whistle and a player control foul on Westbury. Trapetta, unable to draw the charge a moment ago, does so now. And it's the 3rd foul of the half against Tyreek Frazier. Westbury will take a timeout. Look back to last year. Baldwin defeating Westbury 65-49 in the Nassau County Championship game. In that game, Jared Roden 14, Shane Gatlin 25, Zion Stevens with 10, and all three of those guys are gone now. Shane Gatling graduated to Niagara. Zion Stevens transferred to Cardozo. And Jared Roden, a prep school in the Bronx. So it's been new and different faces for Baldwin this year. Trapping to the right side in front of the Westbury bench. Norman Wilson Jr. roughing. Wilson, open three straight away, off the mark. Dean goes up and grabs it. Dean in traffic, bounces it ahead to Dunlap. Dunlap across the lane, he's fouled before the shot by Wilson. Non-shooting foul. Inside to Dunlap, up and under, gets the contact and the basket. So he was upset about it the first time and made good a second time around. Dunlap good on the old-fashioned three-point play. Lead back to 8, and that's Dunlap's point production today. Right around his season average of 10 already in the first half. Wilson holds between the rings for Baldwin. High post, flashing out of Smith. Quick ball movement around the perimeter. Ruffin Jr. hit one from there a moment ago. Couldn't do it this time. Battle for the loose ball. Westbury's got it. Here come the Green Dragons. Pull up from the free throw line. Tough shot. Won't go. Back up with it. It's Frazier who puts it in. Lead back to 10 for Westbury at 25-15. Trepida will try a three. Too strong. Smith, the hard-fought rebound. He's fouled by Dean. But Smith to the line for 1-1. Sean Smith, 7 points to this point. Smith averaging just 4 points per game. In and out on the second one. Rieger tried to tip it up, couldn't do so. Otley's got it on the right side. Otley swings it across for Dunlap. Dunlap with 8 points up top for Young. Young trying to shake free. Back it comes for Otley. Sees an opening and a foul. I gotta be honest, I didn't see too much contact there. It's the second foul against Elijah Bovell. Brandon Otley to the line. That's Otley's first point today. Started last year. largest lead for Westbury in the half, 27-16. Wilson, Trepida, looked like he was getting ready to uncork one from deep. Offensive foul on Bovell, and that is Bovell's third personal foul. So Elijah Bovell, who's been limited in this game, is going to be further so. And the senior Jerian Bobrun will come in. One of the better games earlier this season against Valley Stream Central. 9 points. .240 to go in the first half. Otley heaves it across for Young. Young with some time. In and out, then in again. Westbury very nearly has doubled up Baldwin at 29-16. Up top for Rieger. Rieger looking down low, Smith. Smith is keeping him in it. He's got 9 of the 18. Young with his speed again, splits the defense, goes right to the cup. Rieger, free throw line jumper, good. Long pass ahead for Dean. Dean catches it just before it goes out of bounds. Rieger on the block shot. Lead ahead for Wilson. Wilson. Trepida puts it on the floor. Back outside to Rieger. Wilson moving inside. Wilson, tough shot. Thought he got fouled. No call. .115 remaining in the first half. 11-point advantage for Westbury. Dunlap to extend it. No. Rieger knocked it out of bounds as he and Frazier were battling. Ruffin Jr. coming back in. John Smith going to get a little blow. Under a minute to play. Dean in some trouble. Rieger, another block shot, unable to keep it in bounds. .15 on the shot clock for Westbury. Young, good ball denial. Rieger out of bounds. Westbury ball again. But Ian Rieger is having himself a very fine defensive series for Baldwin. 2 block shots and a deflection on the ball denial for Dean. Inbound Aldermere neighborhood court. 7 to shoot. Tough pull up. That won't go. Ruffin Jr.'s got it. Shot clock is off with 31 seconds remaining in the half. Right side for Bobrun. Entered the game a moment ago. Blackwell nearly lost it. 15 to go. Wilson inside to Ruffin. Back up top, Rieger wide open on the elbow. Unable to get it. Dean can't handle it. Bobrun up with it and is fouled. Well, good pump fake by by Bobrun. Got Dean up in the air. And the 6'2" senior forward heads to the free throw line. Can step outside, he can get to the rim. Didn't come in till late in this first half. Made his presence felt late though. Rieger heading back with 5 ticks of the clock showing on the scoreboard in half number 1. Senior Bobrun hits a pair. 9-point game. Young, some trouble. Young at half court, well short. And Young trying to argue that he got fouled. 0.2 seconds show on the scoreboard. As that ball had gone out of bounds. Trepida touched it, that'll do it. And we'll go into the locker room with Westbury on top by 9, 31-22. John Dean leading the way for the Green Dragons with 10. John Smith heads the field for Baldwin with 9. So a 9-point game at halftime, 31-22, Westbury on top.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Lead back to 11 for Westbury. Long 3, no good. Rieger tried to battle for it. It's Young coming away. Young, quick pass inside, a little too hot to handle. Ruffin picks it up. And a timeout to Baldwin. Quick timeout for Darius Burton. Westbury did a very good job against Elijah Bovell in that first half, limiting him to just 2 points. Playing hard defense and ball denial. Didn't have a lot of opportunity. And he's a guy they need to get going. Their leading scorer, 15 points a game, had 30 in the last meeting against Westbury. Especially without their all-county player, Javion Bivens, who's been out of the lineup for the last 3 games, in which Baldwin is 3-0. Wilson. Rieger to Ruffin Jr. Ruffin Jr. thought about it. Westbury so quick to the ball defensively. Bovell, Rieger will give it another try. It's Dean, rips it down. Westbury slowing it down like we have not seen yet. Young long on the 3. Dean, battle for it. Rebounded by Westbury. A block by Ruffin Jr. Norman Wilson pushing the pace. Wilson bounce pass to Silent down low. Tip from behind. Silent got the rebound, but he was stepped on the baseline. Khalid Ketchen returning. He picked up 2 fouls early on and sat the remainder of the first half. Swing it across for Dean. Dean going up against Ruffin. Dean trying to battle for it. Falls off the second time, and it's Ruffin with the rebound. Boy, he's working so hard underneath, though, as the 6-foot guard. Up top, Wilson, 3-pointer, rims in. Wilson up to 7 points today. Ball nearly intercepted, got a deflection. It's Baldwin to come away with it. Elijah Bovell 1-on-2. Bovell pulls up from 12. That one came out of his hands, spinning sideways. Trailed back for Young. Young, a hard-fought shot going up against Rieger. Baldwin's playing some physical interior defense now. Wilson from the right elbow, no good. Ruffin's got it though for the Bruins, keeping it alive. Inside to Silent. Silent a little too strong, and he's called for a charge. Well, Silent lowered the shoulder a little bit, went into the lane a little uncontrolled. And Silent is going to come out. John Smith will re-enter. Kenny Apple was saying something to Jonathan Dean. He didn't look too happy about it. 8-point contest, 3 minutes into the third. Lobbed inside to catch him, but he is unable to handle it. Norman Wilson up top, Ruffin Jr. holding high, one bounce into Rieger, tries to turn around, won't go, pushed ahead, that's short. And it's rebounded by Dean. Moves it out to Young. Young, a little hesitation, lost his footing. Ball's loose near the top of the arc, still with it. Westbury's got it for the moment. Dean picks it up. Dean inside, his pass deflected, but it's collected by Bianese, who lays it in. Boy, back and forth in a helter-skelter. 35-25, Westbury leads. Rieger faces to the basket. A Westbury travel following the rebound. Baldwin will go a little smaller now. Matt Trepida coming in, and Rieger going to the bench. And the pause is to get some moisture up off the floor at the other end of the court. Wilson. Ruffin looked at it for a moment. Trepida. He's got Young on him. Trepida into the paint. Bounces out to Wilson. Extra pass to Ruffin Jr. Ruffin Jr. on the baseline. Back up top. Straight away. Three. No good. Tipped away. Baldwin trying on the extra effort, but kept by Otley. Otley moving ahead for Young. Young adjusts and puts it in. 9 points for Darius Young, and Westbury's lead is 12. Ruffin Jr. giving it down to Smith. Smith in trouble. Back out it comes. Up top for Wilson. Wilson to the basket on the scoop shot, puts it in. Westbury moving ahead, out of bounds, off of Baldwin. That's what it seems like Baldwin needs. Baldwin has somebody lacking aggressiveness on the offensive end. There's a lot of passivity going on for the Bruins. Open underneath, the block shot by Ruffin Jr. Ripped away by Smith. There's Wilson on the left side, Trepetta catches it, looks at it, wings it inside to Ruffin Jr. Back out to Smith, off the elbow jumper, connects. John Smith with 11 points. And the lead once again is 8 at 37-29 for Westbury. Brendan Otley with Trepida on him, feeds it across. Baseline underneath to Dean. Dean between his legs, out of bounds it goes. Baldwin ball. Pass was put too low for Dean. Right to his feet. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter, 8-point contest, Westbury leading. Bovell to Trepida straight away. Back out around to Norman Jr. Ruffin. Or Norman Wilson, pardon me. Wilson around a screen, long two, too strong. Tipped out, taken by Young of Westbury. Young, a little hesitation to the basket. Blocked from behind by Bovell. Kept alive for the moment. Baldwin's got it. Norman Wilson, the hesitation. Trepida running the floor, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. Tremendous effort on both sides for Baldwin. Khalid Ketchin just picked up his third foul. And Matt Trepida, the smallest guy on the floor, will go to the line. Free throws so crucial the further you get in the game. Trepida missing both. Baldwin offensive rebound. Back out it comes for Trepida. Wilson into the lane, gets the roll. 11 points for Norman Wilson. 6 unanswered for Baldwin, and it's a 6-point Westbury lead. Minute and change remaining in the third. Trepida trying to ball denial. Ruffin Jr. the steal, ahead of the pack. Ruffin Jr. is fouled. Unable to connect on the shot, but Otley hacked him from behind. And the Bruins feeding off the energy of the crowd right now. And Ruffin Jr. to the line. He's got 3 points tonight. He's had some big moments this year for Baldwin. Earlier, the win against Bayshore, he had 7 of his points in the fourth quarter. He had a late 3 versus Mount St. Mary's, 2 big free throws in that game. So he's had some big moments late in games and hits 2 free throws. 4-point contest, Baldwin showing pressure. Tipped away, turnover. Across, another deflection, Ruffin Jr. collects. Norman. Ruffin Jr. keeps it alive, to the floor it goes, picked up by Westbury. Trepida commits the foul. Well, Baldwin a little too careless. Got to slow it down. Both these teams are so aggressive defensively at this point. Westbury asking for a timeout. 58.8 seconds in the third. And Baldwin's defense leading to offense now on this 8-0 run. And Ruffin Jr., Trepida, Bovell getting in on the action. Inbounded by Otley of Westbury. Inside a minute to play. The pressure coming from Baldwin. Long 2. No. Westbury offensive board and a deflection. Trepida leading ahead to Ruffin Jr. Wide open. 10-0 Baldwin run. Turned over, Norman Wilson. Trepida wide open for 3. Short on the shot. Westbury's got it. Shot clock is off in the third. Baldwin fans on their feet. In trouble and a foul on Baldwin. No, a timeout by Westbury. Dave Graff taking the timeout. The Westbury offense trying to figure out what Baldwin is throwing at them right now. Ruffin Jr. has come alive, as has Wilson. Those two, along with the defense on the perimeter of Matt Trepida, have keyed this run. Again, a budding rivalry between these two programs. Met last year in the Nassau County Finals. Westbury falling to Baldwin 65-49. This first time they met this year, Westbury handed Baldwin their first conference loss in 5 years. And then Baldwin returned the favor, the only team in Nassau AA to beat Westbury this year. Trapped on the sideline, finding Young underneath. That ends the 10-0 run. 10 seconds remain in the third. Norman Wilson, hop step. Ruffin Jr. thought about it, passed up the three, head fake, takes the three, too strong that time. And a foul on the loose ball. John Smith had the rebound. With 0.4 seconds remaining. Elisha Bovell will return. Pascal Paris coming in for Westbury, as is Remy Bailey. Wanting to make sure nobody picks up a silly late foul. Just 0.4 seconds left. Ruffin catches, not enough time. 10-0 run for Baldwin. Gets them back into the game. It's Westbury leading by 4, heading to the fourth quarter, 39-34. One of these teams is 8 minutes away from advancing to the Nassau County AA Finals.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Start of the fourth quarter, 8 minutes on the clock, 39-35. Westbury leading Baldwin. Tipped away into the hands of Trepida. Bovell lost it for a moment, able to recover. Wilson, left side three, too strong. Young goes up for it for Westbury. Dunlap looked at it, over to the left side, Otley to try a three. Well out of bounds. Trepida straight away. Kick ball. Elijah Bovell, Baldwin's leading scorer, kept in check today. Only 2 points. Bounce pass across the right side for Smith. Too strong that time. Young with it for Westbury. Leading a charge. Young tipped up for the moment by Trepida. The right baseline. Young with it. Gets his own rebound. Back up with it. Falls off the iron. And Baldwin has the possession. Refs letting them play in this second half. High poster comes back up top for Wilson. Left side, Trepida, wide open three, no good. Bovell's there, won't go. Bovell trying to rip the second one away, and it's Otley for Westbury. Otley looks to his left, Otley inside, fouled by Trepida. Two free throws for Brandon Otley, a 5'10" senior who's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Missed on the first. We're stationed on the Baldwin side of things, and they are raucous and loud and into it. Five-point game, 40-35. Wilson for three, in and out. Well, it seems struggling from beyond the arc. Here's Jonathan Dean. Dean right around the defender. Defense chance exchanging side to side of the gym. Westbury getting loud now. Trepida, jab step, three is good. Four-point game. Timeout, Westbury. I tell you what, Baldwin, if nothing else, they're forcing Dave Graff to use his timeouts to save possessions rather than to set things up towards the end of the game if need be. How about Matt Trepida? Didn't have a point all game. Throws the pass fake, the jab step, and hits the three. Westbury championship history. They won the Nassau A Long Island Championship in 2010. Two Long Island championships in the 90s under Coach Gibson, but they've not won a AA title since moving up several years ago. Baldwin, of course, has been the class of AA. Three-time Long Island champs, 2008, 2012, 2016. Underneath, swatted from behind by Silent, who just checked back in. He's missed much of the game in foul trouble. Silent left side three, no. Ruffin Jr., a battle for it. They get it ahead to Trepida, thought about uncorking one. Right side bobbled, turned over. But Westbury unable to handle it. Young collects. Young across the lane, deflected, ripped by Baldwin. A foul on Silent, going up to block Dunlap. And Silent just picked up his fourth foul. It's been plagued by fouls all game. And Jalen Dunlap will have two free throws. One of two after that miss. Since making the change to the smaller lineup, at the time that Ian Rieger came out of the game, Baldwin started putting a much more pressure on the ball. And that spurred this comeback. 4-point contest, Westbury still holding on. They show his own defense. Elijah Bovell. Wilson nearly lost it out of bounds. Trepida, bounce pass in the high post. Back it comes to the right side for Trepida. 10 on the shot clock for Baldwin. Smith. Pull up from the elbow, gets the roll. 13 points for John Smith. 2-point game, Westbury on top. Dean, one-on-one, he's gonna win that matchup every time. Ahead, Wilson, pump fake, swatted from behind, it'll be Baldwin ball. Bounce pass, Trepida, long three, connects! Matt Trepida, 2 crucial threes in the fourth. Timeout, Baldwin. Darius Burton came all the way out near midcourt, imploring the Baldwin fans to their feet. In his talk this week, Darius Burton mentioned the adversity and that this team has overcome and how proud he is of that adversity, and they're showing it once more. Down 11 earlier in the contest. We're down by as many as 12 in the third quarter, 37-25. And at that point, battled their way back, had a 10-0 run, and find themselves down by 1 right now. Under 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 1-point contest in a Nassau County AA semifinal. Westbury has not trailed since it was 3-2. Right side, it's Dunlap, 3 is short. Young there for the rebound, back up with it, won't go. Rebounded by Bovell of Baldwin. Bovell across the lane, fouled on the floor. Trepida underneath Smith, offensive foul. Matt Trepida just called for his 4th foul. With 3.5 to go at this point, fans of both sides on their feet. Otley between the rings, nursing this 1-point lead for Westbury. Young over the center court logo. Dean has the baseline, unable to hit the shot though. Ripped away, jump ball, possession with Westbury. The officials are getting together. So they will stick with the initial call of the held ball. Underneath for Dean. Jonathan Dean with a game-high 18. 3-point lead for Westbury. Trepida. Try it again. Too strong. He had a little body English on it. Wouldn't go. Dean falls on top of it. Westbury nearly lost it. Across the lane, deflected, out of bounds. Baldwin ball. BNAC couldn't handle it. Two and a half minutes, Matt Trepida calls how to play. Double out on him. Picks up the dribble, bounces it to the high post for Smith, turns around, unable to hit it. Ruffin Jr. tapped it, no good. BNAC the rebound for Westbury. Otley to the left side, Young jab step. Young trying to move inside, behind the back to Dean, stripped on the way up. Trepida over midcourt with 2 minutes to play. Trepida skips it ahead. Ruffin Jr., left corner three, no good off the back heel. Baldwin offensive board, foul by Bianese. Elijah Bovell to the line. He has been kept in check today. Only 2 points. Dave Graff yelling at one of the officials. And Kenny Apple almost shoos him back. Graff is all the way out near midcourt. First free throw is good for Bovell. And Darius Burton called a timeout. One of Dave Graff's assistants has to have to pull him away from the official. Get him back to the huddle. So under 2 minutes to play. 2-point game right now with one free throw pending from Elijah Bovell. This is much of a rubber match as it could have anticipated between these two. For the first half and few minutes of the third quarter, Westbury had a good double-figure 8-point, 12-point lead, and Baldwin used 1 10 run to get back into it. It's been neck and neck ever since. Elijah Bovell hit one a moment ago. Connects on the pair. 1-point game, 45-46. Baldwin showing pressure. Westbury breaks through to the midcourt. Little trouble, tied up. Jump ball, Baldwin possession. Trepidos played the entire second half of the point guard, two of the biggest baskets in the game. Brings it in after the turnover. Left side for Wilson. And reset. 15 on the shot clock. Trepidos straight away three, too strong. Dean the rebound in the corner, has trouble with it, turns it over. Baldwin again, Wilson will try from three. That one won't go. Young has it for Westbury. Heaves it ahead for Dunlap. Dunlap to the basket is fouled. So two cracks at a three, and neither Wilson nor Trepida could hit. And Jalen Dunlap heads to the stripe. Dunlap 11 points in the quarterfinals against Farmingdale, 8 tonight. Missed his last two free throws. .116 shows on the clock. Whistle. That'll negate the free throw anyway. Foul on Bianese. That's his fourth personal foul. Baldwin only led once in this game at 3-2. Trying to regain the lead with a minute to go. Bovell. Now it's Trepida on the left side. Trepida picked up the dribble, wings it across through Ruffin Jr.'s hands. Well, Westbury has held on to this lead for dear life, trying to extend it in the final minute. Otley hands off to Young up top. 40 seconds to go. Into the hands of John Dean, who's got 18 points tonight. Feed to Young on the block. Young stripped, able to get it back underneath. Short on the shot, tipped up into the air. Out of bounds, no, a foul. Ball to Baldwin. And with Baldwin in the 1-and-1, a chance to tie and potentially take the lead on free throws. So how about the 5'8" Trepida drawing the foul on the loose ball? Trepida 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 6 points tonight, missed the free throw. Dean's got it, and now the shot clock is off. Baldwin fouls. One and one for Westbury. Brendan Otley to the line. Timeout Baldwin. 22 seconds left in a 1-point contest. Brendan Otley 3 of 4 from the line in this contest. Missed on the free throw. Rebound by Ruffin Jr. 17 seconds left, 1-point game. Now does Baldwin wait? How long do they wait? Smith lost the ball. Young's got it. Young ahead, 5 seconds to BNAC is fouled. BNAC already at the line, practicing his stroke. So 2 possessions down the stretch, Baldwin with a chance to tie or take the lead, and they turn it over unforced twice. Timeout Westbury. Important to remember, whether he hits one or both, Baldwin still is only down 1 possession. Isaiah BNAC to the free throw line. 4 points today. Defensive end on the football team, but his mind is at the present. Rattles in the first. Darius Young looks over to the Westbury side of the crowd, says, quiet down. Give him some concentration for the second free throw. Dave Graff saying no fouls, no fouls. Both for BNAC. Timeout, Baldwin. 4 seconds left. 3-point game. Baldwin has given Westbury everything they could handle in the second half, and somehow the Green Dragons have withstood the challenge and still hold a 3-point lead. Officially, it's 4.1 remaining on the clock. Nassim Silin warming up the throwing arm. Silin on the baseline, looking for Wilson. Wilson stepped out of bounds, and Baldwin will not get a chance. An opportunity they need a steal with only 2.6 seconds left. to Young on the left side. Young lost the ball for a moment. Time runs out, and Westbury has knocked off Baldwin, and they are moving on to the Nassau County Championship game. For all the pressure that Baldwin put on Westbury in that second half, they turned the ball over 3 times in their final 3 possessions. And Westbury withstands the furious comeback effort of the Bruins. They will take on Uniondale in the Nassau County Finals.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Westbury on to the Nassau County AA Championship game for the 2nd year in a row. Jonathan Dean had 18 points for Westbury today. As Baldwin started to make that run, what was the conversation in the huddle during timeouts when Coach was calling you guys over and all the energy was kind of on Baldwin's side at that point?
Coach told us to keep our heads in the game, keep our heads up, don't put our heads down. The game's not over. And we played defense, got rebounds. We may have not been scoring on the other end, but we was grabbing balls on the defensive end. And it came down to the last 2 free throws, and we knocked them down.
And for all that, you were able to force Baldwin to turn the ball over on the last 3 possessions. What was the key on those possessions down the stretch for Baldwin?
3-2, it gave him a little trouble. Like at the end, like we put our guards, expanded our guards out on the wings, and then I guess he fumbled the ball and went out of bounds.
And you two, you and Baldwin, it's become such a rivalry over the last year. Obviously, losing last year, I imagine this has to feel pretty good to not only get back to the championship game, but to do it by going through Baldwin.
Mm-hmm. It feels good. I mean, last year they left us, our mouths was kind of salty. And now this year, they in there crying, and we over here with the win. We're happy.
You guys were getting ready for this game as Baldwin was as Uniondale was beating Syosset. What do you expect from Uniondale in the Nassau Championship on Saturday?
I know they're a tough team. Got to come out with the right mindset, and we got to come out with the win somehow.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So Westbury is on to their 2nd consecutive Nassau AA Championship game, looking for their first ever AA title for the Green Dragons. 48-45 winners today over Baldwin. They knock off the defending Long Island Chebs. For everybody involved in our broadcast today, for Josh Trebsky, I'm Matt Shorter saying so long. We'll catch you next time on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.